Good morning, lovelies.
Good morning. It is 4:33 in the morning.
30 minutes after we wanted to leave.
Well, the thing is that we're still giving ourselves an ample amount of time, I think.
Yeah.
We are on our way to...
Seattle.
That wasn't the grand plan. We are on our way to...
San Francisco after that. We're going to Hawaii. Woo!
So, we'll start off with our tale of woe with tickets. It's okay, we don't need that. In November of 2019, we purchased 2 tickets to go to London. And that trip was supposed to be in July of 2020.
Yeah.
So, whenever you're watching this, 2020 was kind of the worst year that most people have lived through currently, except for like famines and wars and
Super
stuff.
Centarians and all that.
Yes, there are a few people alive. So, obviously that trip was canceled. So, we were very bummed, but it was a big year. We all had to make it through. So, November rolls around. No, it was October. October rolls around. Numbers aren't too bad. We're thinking that things are mostly over with, so we rebook for July of 2021. Because, of course, this is all going to be over by July 2021.
Yeah, the vaccine was supposed to be out in December.
Well, I mean, it was. But, I mean, back in October, we didn't know that for 100% sure.
Well, it was being fast-tracked. We knew that. And they were giving estimates on when it was coming out.
So by July, of course it's fine. So things get better and better and better. Everyone gets vaccinated that should. Well, people start getting vaccinated, and including us. The numbers are looking better and better in England. So we start buying more things for our trip. We had rescheduled our Globe tickets to go see the 12th night, and I was feeling confident enough that I bought brand new Lion King tickets, 4th row. Very exciting. So things were hunky-dory until the Delta variant started coming out. And Delta variant hit England very hard. I mean, now it's hitting the whole world hard, but it really hit... Well, it hit India first, and then it hit England. So, June 20-something, I want to say. I feel like it was June... Okay, so we had to wait for the refund for a little bit. So it had to be like June 25th or so. We get an email in the middle of the night from Virgin Atlantic saying, your flights have been canceled.
They canceled all American flights except from JFK.
No, they're also doing
LA.
Dulles.
Let's go. Okay.
Well, that's for like diplomats and stuff. Because a lot of important world people need to get to there. So we get the cancellation. We're freaking out because the flights are all more expensive now because it's booking a month out. And we would have to factor in the cost of not just a pre-COVID test, also not just a return COVID test, also a day 2, a day 5, and a day 8 test. And each of those are not cheap, let alone the pre-test, let alone the return test. So we came up with an executive decision between the two of us. Let's go to Malta. Malta's super fun. Phil has Maltese family and Maltese roots. It's a beautiful little Mediterranean island, and they're one of the most vaccinated countries in the world. Awesome. Everything's working out swimmingly. We book a beautiful place called Villa Palazzo. No, it's called Palazzo Violetta. And it's like 10 minutes from the beach.
We actually have 2 weeks instead of 1 week because we were factoring in a week for
the quarantine in England.
So we were able to secure 2 weeks off from work. And so we're like, man, 2-week vacation in Malta is going to be boss.
Yeah. We bought tickets to go to the Hypogeum tour, which are really hard to get, and spent like $90 on that. And so today is July 17th? 17th. And on July 9th, Malta announced they're not accepting American tourists regardless of vaccination status unless that vaccination was given in the EU or the UK. So naturally, we were devastated. I have our custom-made Malta shirts. At least with the Malta cancellation, we only lost the $90 on the Hypogeum tour.
Yeah, the hotel was totally cool with refunding us. The airlines was a butt, though, because technically flights weren't going to get canceled because we had a flight to Germany, and Germany wasn't quarantined or wasn't canceled. And then a flight from Germany to Malta was okay because they were accepting EU citizens who had been vaccinated. So we kind of
they said it was a voluntary change, and we're like, they're not going to let us in. How's that voluntary? So I spent 7.5 hours on the phone with Chase Travel. Still not completely resolved, but we switched literally a week ago today to Hawaii. So Phil threw me a Hawaii-themed birthday because obviously we couldn't have a party or anything, COVID times.
And it was just, little thicket of winter and being cold. I thought a Hawaiian-themed birthday would be great.
And my big present was supposed to be a trip to Hawaii, but I wouldn't let him do that because we don't have that kind of money. Oh, look at the circus tent. It's so pretty. Do you know that's an animal-free circus? It's only like people acts. So it's, I want to say zero cruelty, but realistically,
people are exploited too.
Yeah, circus performers aren't usually treated the best. Anyway, so we chose Hawaii, and the lady on the phone said, well, what airport do you want to fly into? And I'm like, Honolulu? Because realistically, I had done zero research, and I thought Honolulu was the only airport. I don't know much about Hawaii. Good God, I'm so tired. It is too early. I think I'm going on like 2 hours of sleep. But I don't even remember where I was going with that. So we're going to Hawaii.
Yeah, we're going to Honolulu. She booked Honolulu. So we were able to get a Costco hotel.
Yes, the Costco hotel package I am so far pretty impressed with. It was the lowest price that I could find for anything for a decent hotel. Even for a non-decent hotel, it was a decent price. And the package also came with, they're going to pick us up at the airport with a lei greeting, which, I mean, we've all seen that from the movies, but it's pretty fun. And then, obviously, it contains the hotel. It also contained a $100 tour credit for a tour company. So we used that to book a tour.
In Costco.
Yeah, and $134 in Costco cash. So that's fun. Overall, it's a really good deal. And then we have a couple excursions booked. We'll talk about those more on the day of.
Or when it's not 4 a.m.
Yeah, when I'm a little bit more coherent. We have energy drinks, so that should help me survive. And then they'll pick us up from the airport, drop us off, or they'll pick us up from the hotel and drop us off from the airport when it's time to go.
We're currently driving to Ellensburg. That is our halfway mark. We swap driving, and I'll drive to Seattle.
I hate driving in the city. 2 years ago when we did this, when we flew to London, I totaled my car. So I still am not a big fan of city driving, and especially driving in Seattle. Just bad memories. So, and it's nicer to split up driving anyway, because that's a long drive.
Although I'm willing to do it all.
I know you are, but I wouldn't do that to you. Especially since we both got very little sleep.
Anyways.
So right now, what are you most looking forward to?
Sleep.
I was gonna say the hotel.
Bed. Sleep. Actually, the first class tickets. Because the price difference would have made us...
That's not entirely it.
Yeah,
So part of the reason why I spent 7.5 hours on the phone with Chase is because when I went for our Malta tickets, I wanted premium economy because we want the slightly bigger seats, and it helps because you don't have to prepay to choose your seat, and you don't have to pay to have 2 bags. And that's kind of important for a 2-week-long trip because, I mean, realistically, we could have taken 1 bag each, but it's really nice to have, we have 1 bag just full of, like, snacks and shopping bags. And so when I was rebooking to Hawaii, I told the agent that I wanted premium economy, and she said, fine, no problem, I'll get that booked for you. And I got the flight confirmation, and I looked on there, and it wasn't, half of the flights were economy and half of the flights were basic economy, which means it's not very...
We don't even get...
1 checked bag, you pay for seat arrangements, you get last choice in everything. It's pretty much... It's nice if you're like a skinny person going on a short trip that doesn't have any luggage. That's a perfect person for that ticket. We're not those people. So I told the lady, I was like, hey, I wanted premium economy, and these are normal economy and basic economy. And she was like, oh. And then she said, well, I'll move you over to business class at no charge since it was my error. And I was like, oh, that's really generous. Because they do have economy plus. I mean, that's a thing. That
would have been the direct translation from
premium economy.
Yeah.
And I maybe she was new. So it probably takes an hour of her to switch it and get everything situated. And I say over and over again, this isn't going to cost me anything extra. You're not going to charge me. And she says, of course not. Of course not. And I keep saying, you're going to put in extensive notes because I've had problems before with Chase Travel. And she said, yeah, I'm putting in very extensive notes. You'll get your tickets within 24 to 48 hours. 24 hours later, I'm feeling pretty uncertain because I don't trust it. No, it wasn't even 24 hours. I think I called back like 2 hours later because I had a bad feeling about it. And I talked with one lady who was useless and said that I would need to pay for the difference. And so I asked to talk to her supervisor, and the supervisor said that the lady had only put in the notes, upgrade to business class, not that it was free. So he opened up a case where customer service had to go back and listen to the call, and they said that could take up to 5 business days.
It did.
It did, but...
Spoilers.
So this was on Saturday. He said the only way to fix it would be to pay for the difference, which was like $2,500. And then if the customer service vindicated me, I'm using those words because I'm spacing that right now. If customer service found what I said to be right, I would get a refund. And I was like, okay, but I want to make sure that we have those seats. What happens if those seats are fully booked by the time that we're going to leave? And he said, well, that's a chance that you have to take, or you can pay the $2,500. And I was just so done, because this was 6 hours in at this point. And I just gave him the credit card number and said, okay, just charge it. I know that it's going to back me up. Which was a bold move. That was done by pure exhaustion. So he said, you'll get your tickets within 24 to 48 hours. 24 hours later, this is Sunday, still haven't gotten anything. So I'm still feeling very uncertain. So I call back, and turns out the dude that took my credit card numbers pre-authorized it, but never actually processed the payment. So that's why I never got a ticket. So I'm on the phone with my third supervisor, and I'm not being a Karen about this by any means. I'm being very nice this whole time.
She
Phil
has
couldn't handle it.
Way more patience. I would have been.
The thing is, if you yell, it's not going to help you.
Well, I like to think I'm decent at customer service. Like, I don't yell at people.
Yeah.
But that just, it boiled my blood, the whole, how they couldn't help no matter what. Like, they were just, yeah. Chase does not have a system that helps the customer, for sure.
No, their travel services is a joke. So I'm talking to person number 3 who tells me it's not pre-authorized, or it was pre-authorized but never processed. And she said, well, I can go ahead and run the card again, but it might be more expensive at this point. And that's when I started to get a little prickly. And I said, well, that's not acceptable. I am not paying even more. And so she looked up the flight, and it was actually cheaper. So she changed us to business class, which apparently in United means first class. I'm not mad. So, and we each got a nearly $400 travel credit to be used on a future trip. And
did we ever get that?
Yeah, that's already on our account. That was on our account during the phone call by the end of it.
Okay. Oh, it's the other one you wanna.
Yeah. So
why don't we use that one and save the bigger one?
This is the bigger one. It's not $500 to each. It's $500 once.
Oh, and we can't. Okay.
Yeah. So we're finally booked out as of Sunday of this week, and we've been waiting to hear the resolution of the call. And I got an email at like 7 o'clock in the morning yesterday, which is Friday, exactly 5 business days. And they said that we agree the person made an error, and the hilarious thing is they don't know that there was a third phone call. They said, just send us the receipt for the charge and we'll figure out how to do a refund. And so I wrote back saying, hey, so the second guy that opened up the case with you actually messed up too. So all I want at this point is that $517 travel credit that the First Lady did. The First Lady promised me. And haven't heard anything back since. So, Chase Travel, not among my favorite people right now. I reached out to them on Twitter and they told me the business response team would reach out within 24 to 48 hours. Of course, that didn't happen. So I wrote back to them saying, hey, didn't hear from anyone. And they said, oh, it can take up to 10 business days, which is not what they said in their first reply. And this is after we went through absolute hell trying to get the refund on the London tickets, because they messed that up too. I've probably spent cumulatively several days of my life on the phone with Chase Travel at this point. But the thing is, we do get a lot of rewards points, and that's a big reason why we can travel, because we couldn't afford this just paying out of pocket. So, it's getting lighter, as you can see. I've been talking for approximately 1,000 minutes.
Or 15 minutes.
Any thoughts from you?
Blue Chase. Yay, first class.
Yeah. I've flown first class once. I got upgraded when a guy's wife broke her arm and they wanted to sit together, and the only 2 seats that were available were in coach. I guess no one in first class would give up their seat. I don't know.
Yeah. Would you?
Depends on the situation. Right now, I'm kind of... I know, like, the second I sit in that seat, I'm going to fall asleep. At least for the first flight. The first flight, I mean, they're slightly bigger seats, but the second one is lay flat, which I've never had lay flat seats before. So I'm really excited about that.
Yep, and then if we ever get that credit, we will be booking a flight to the Big Island, doing a tour. So you'll see if that
Of volcanoes. The entire reason we want to go to the Big Island is volcanoes. And honestly, when I said Hawaii, I assumed the volcanoes were on whatever island Honolulu was on. Spoiler alert, they're not.
Yeah, but I don't know if 2 weeks on the Big Island would have been nice, but
Well, I mean,
more stuff on the... Cause,
we're almost fully booked for 2 weeks on Waikiki, and we're not even scratching the surface.
Yeah. Yeah, but you guys will find out everything we're doing coming up.
And when we get to first class, we'll show you that. So we can be fancy for the day.
Oh, yeah.
And then fancy for when we come in. Alright, we'll check in probably in Ellensburg.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to Ellensburg. It has been... Oh, oops. I accidentally turned the flashers on. It's now 7:36, so it's been about 3 hours.
That was a good nap.
Yeah, must have been. I'm exhausted. I drove the whole way. We got some breakfast burritos to tide us over. I think we're going to get to Seattle a little too early, so I'm not quite sure how to handle that. But I'd rather be early rather than late. I don't want to miss the flight.
Drive in circles. We can go to IKEA. We can.
IKEA doesn't open early enough. I know. But yeah, so we're making good time. The weather's perfect. Just found out that Malta would have allowed us in.
As of Monday.
Yeah, as of Monday. But we were supposed to land on Sunday, so I don't know how we would have handled that.
Wait in the hotel, the airport.
No, because we still have to go through customs to get our bags and stuff.
Yeah, we just sit on the other side until Monday. I think go through customs on Monday.
I don't think that would have worked. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, the bags should have got.
It's too late now, so we're just a little annoyed.
When we get to the airport, we're switching.
Switching what?
To Malta.
No. We have too many things booked. We're going to have a lovely time.
We're going to have a wonderful time. It's going to be more expensive, but now we can check it off. Well, there's other islands.
Yeah, but we've never been to Hawaii. All right, we're going to eat our burritos and get back on the road.
Bye-bye now.
So we're at the Seattle airport, and they've got some interesting art. I can't tell if it's organs. No. Oh, it goes up. No. At first I thought they were popcorn, but I don't think they're popcorn.
Some of them look like irises and...
It's very interesting, but we're all checked in. Made it through security. Let me tell you, first class check-in, delightful. All right, now we have 3 hours to wander. All right, so I have already found my favorite sign of the trip.
Let's go.
Disco Fisherman. Now that's my kind of disco. And my kind of fisherman too. So this was where we got lunch from. We got the 3 plate and we're going to split it. We gotta go find somewhere to eat now because there's people everywhere. Alright, so we got a 3 entree plate from Manchu Wok. It was $12.97 just for the food, and then we got a drink for, I think, $1.79. They were kind enough to put Phil's Kung Pao chicken in a separate thing because some Kung Pao is too spicy for me, but we're going to be splitting everything except the Kung Pao. That's all him. So it's $15.06 for all this, which is more than enough food for 2 people. And should be good. We'll let you know after. Alright, so Manchu Wok. Price was fantastic for airport food. That was so much food.
Yeah, it was like $12, and we bought a drink for like $1 something. It was not bad.
So overall, we ordered broccoli beef, Kung Pao chicken, and orange chicken.
They hooked us up with the broccoli.
Yeah, beef with broccoli was absolutely 10 out of 10. That was really good.
He liked the orange chicken better than Panda.
Yeah, the orange chicken didn't have the spice that Panda's does. And the Kung Pao was pretty mild too.
Yeah, it was not that spicy at all.
The noodles were very greasy.
Yeah.
The rice was pretty bland.
Yeah.
But
overall, Panda's better, but
this was here, and we didn't feel like having just a cold sandwich out of a case.
for $15. This was we would have had half the food for twice as much anywhere else.
Yeah, that was tons of food. We only wanted a snack, so that's why we were like, okay, we'll split a plate because we know Panda's 3 meal plates aren't super big. So we thought, okay, well this will be like out of frame.
All right.
This will be a small meal slash snack. It's right about, my watch isn't showing, what time is it? It's 1:12 and we board at 1:55. We've walked a lot all through A terminal. We've been in every single gift shop.
I'm gonna hit my steps. I'm at 5,386,000.
I'm just over 5. I think we'll just go to the bathroom and it'll be time to board. And boarding first class. People tube. We're on the people tube. We are on our flight, well, on our way to San Francisco.
Double dutch disco.
Gonna get some rice-a-roni.
San Francisco.
Ding ding. All right. I'm intrigued because Zone 1 boarding was really long. Like there were way more people checking in for Zone 1 than there are seats. So we'll see how this goes.
Zone 2 had like half as many people as Zone 1.
Yeah, weird. Okay, bye. Yes. Welcome to first class. I have a bunch of legroom, but I also have kind of stubby legs. Phil, how's your legroom?
If I had a problem, I'd have some very long legs.
Yeah. Seatbelts. Not as generous as we expected. We've got that. Our backpacks fit beautifully up there. And there's only 4 rows, so there's nothing behind us. Okay, so yeah, they do. It's right on the menu. Masala chai. Oh, are they out of it?
The ice cream? Look at this is the one. Look at matcha latte.
Okay, we'll just do an iced matcha.
Latte.
Okay, so I've always seen these on the internet and I've always wanted to do one. I'm gonna get a robot drink. Phil is conveniently ordering. We're going to get
An iced matcha latte.
iced matcha latte. It's $5.50, which is what I think a small price to pay for watching this robot who has continuously either waved at me or danced. Look, it's like waving like the Queen. Did you order? Ah, Philip Beebe. All right, so we have made it to San Francisco. We puttered around the bookstore a little bit, and now...
We'll never find Adam's here again.
No, John Green book, where are you? We've been to so many places trying to find you. Yeah, this is a very jumpy moving walkway. So we're on a quest to get our wristbands. You get a wristband if you're already vaccinated and you already did your questionnaire to go to Hawaii. So we're here at 4:31. Our flight leaves at 6:40. So should be okay. So thoughts on first class in United? Unless you have a lay flat bed, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, it felt like business.
It felt like premium economy, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, it was a smaller plane.
It wasn't that small. It wasn't comfortable enough to justify paying the extra money. Yeah. We didn't get any food. They weren't offering any. We got drink service. It was only a 2-hour flight, so. All right, well, wish us luck on our wristbands. Got some new accessories. All checked in. Was super, super easy. There's a little thing over at gate F17 where they have a bunch of people set up. They check your ID, they check your boarding pass, they check your vaccine card, and they need your QR code from the Safe Travels for Hawaii. Took about 5 minutes, if that. There was literally no wait. They're very nice. 10 out of 10. I can't imagine what traveling internationally would have been like, but this, 2 thumbs up. Tornado. This fancy people tube. Oh. We're L. Oh. I've never been on one where they separated.
It's a big bird.
So we're 11L and 15L. Fancy, fancy. This is the really fun flight. All right. And here's mine. Bye, Phil. All right, so I'm 11L. Here's mine. Phil is...
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like going on.
No, you're
I
fine.
didn't hit my head this time.
I've done it a lot. Sorry, most
Little Hawaii travel bag. Kit contains outer pack, earplugs, eye shade, and toothbrush. Made in Thailand. A blanket and a pillow. Oh, it's a different kind of seatbelt. Oh, that's for when you're laying back. Has a little lamp. What's that? Oh, that's a light. Go. That's our fancy headphones and storage container. Here's our pluggies, remote. Oh, this has a mirror. This, our safety card and stowage. Big screen. I know. How do we do? Oh, that's how we do the seat. Okay, so you do the seat with the button. I think they have it locked for takeoff. Oh, no they don't. So you spread that, and then it's going flat. Oh, a little foot thing comes out. And you don't have to. Yeah, you do have to hold it. There's a USB charger right under the screen. During taxi takeoff and landing, use shoulder harness. Oh, there's a nice little place for that.
Oh my God. This. How we're going to that side.
Wave. Phil.
Oh, it's got a little light. Oh, that's a little hanger from it.
Alright, so let's open up this kit and hope the camera doesn't fall over. Oh, so in the United Travel Kit we have a dental kit, which I can feel and smell is a toothbrush and a teeny tiny toothpaste. Like, really teeny tiny. It's also earplugs, squishy. There's, oh, a little Hawaii travel mask. Phil, have you seen the travel mask?
The what?
The travel mask.
No.
It's Hawaii. It's cute.
Was that in the bag?
Yeah.
I haven't opened the bag.
And I think that's it. Outer pack, which I'm assuming is this. Yeah, earplugs, eye shade, and toothbrush. Very cute. Has a luggage problem. Oh my god. This will ruin me for flying. It's so much fun. So let's see food-wise. We have a salad, bread, cookies or chocolate, white chocolate cranberry cap, some nuts, knife, and main dish. Short ribs with, I don't know what that is. Ooh, fancy little sauce. I'll let you know how it is. Overall, looks great. tube is warm. I don't know. It's supposed to be warmer at home than here.
Yeah, humid.
Yeah, it is definitely humid. Just walking off the tube, and then we go through the COVID check, and we show off our wristbands, and we get our luggage, and I don't know in which order, but it's going to be exciting. All right, so we just landed. We got our Lays. Pink for me and red for Phil. So we've made contact with our Costco travel person right over there. His name's Eddie. He's very nice. Our luggage all made it. Yay. And that priority thing with first class is true.
Yeah, because like the 10th one out or something like that.
Well, yours was like one of the first three, and then the rest of them took a while. So, yeah. It looks lovely out there. We can see some palms. It's very humid. Much more humid than I knew it was going to be humid, but like, we're already sticky. So, yeah. We're here, and we have Lays. Now let's take photos of us and our Lays.